Oof, my God, today. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. Every time I press the button record, something happens, and I'm like, what was the reason? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Widj-Gaëlle. I'm currently navigating my 20s. There's multiple things I kind of want to talk about. One of them is, I'll separate it in two videos. You guys will see it in 2 different weeks. Yeah, I don't like long intros, so let's get right into the topic.
I'ma kick back when you fake like that. I'ma kick back when you fake like that.
So I've always been like a bit, I want to say weird about certain things, but I'll say this. I think in my 20s I'm learning to embrace more of certain things that are maybe not usual. In my 20s, for most 20-year-old people, I am someone who doesn't smoke or drink, and a lot of people like wonder why I don't do it or why I would want to do it or not want to do it. I don't smoke and drink in life. I've had a drink before. Like I won't tend or act like I've never had a drink before. I've had a drink. I've never been drunk. Should I say that on camera? I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really care. I don't think I care that much. But I've never been drunk. I've never been faded, high, and lifted up. Not in a holy way. I've never taken edibles. I've never wanted to drink. I do get why people want to consume drugs. There are things that have taken place in my life. And I was like, oh, I could see why somebody would want to numb this feeling to the point where it's like, you know what? Give me another drink. Or give me another backwood, give me another something to numb all that I'm going, or let me just take another edible. I could understand why a mind would face certain difficulties and go, hey, we need to wrap this up and let me go drown in a specific drug of choice. I don't condone abuse of these substances on your body. Actually, I don't think it's a healthy thing, but I've had a conversation not long ago with a girl that I'm not friends with, but whenever we see each other, we have like really cool conversations. You know these people that you meet sometimes and like you have really cool conversations with, but they're not your friends. You just kind of meet them, have a cool conversation, and move on with your life. Yeah, she's one of those person. So my hair is doing a lot. I don't know what to do with it right now. I just have to accept that this is how I'm gonna film this. We had a conversation, and while we were having a conversation, she was asking me questions about friends and things like that, and I shared with her, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I explained to her that there is such a thing, because I told her I'm Christian, and I explained to her that there is such a thing as going way too far into some of these consumption of illicit drugs or legal drugs, whatever the drugs are of choice, because there's plenty of them. The names are running rapidly. Since I've been in high school, when at some point it starts switching, like there is time in one's life where things just start switching a little bit and friends start drinking, people start consuming a little bit more of some of these things. And I realized that for me, for a while, like I felt weird because that never happened. I never had a moment where I was like, you know what, y'all, I think it's my time to get drunk. I think it's time to get drunk. I never, like, nothing in my biological clock went ding 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 ding. That's not the sound of a clock. But nothing in my personal clock went, yeah, you know what? Take this cup. There are so many biblical jokes that people will not catch, but take this cup from me. And I realized really the gravity or like the depth of that feeling for me. It's not like I didn't grow up in a house where there was, I think we had a wine at the house. I've never seen my parents drink. I think they've had drinks, but I've never seen them go, oh, let's get drunk either. So I don't know if that reaction from me comes from like watching them go through life, but not sit down and be like, whew, I'm going to have me a little cup of this. And I realized the depth of this because at some point I went on this, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I went on this my college or CJEP for the people who are from here had this thing called entrepreneurial. They had like a entrepreneur. Yeah, it was a club. It was a entrepreneurship club. I signed up for it because I was very interested into what that meant and what that looked like. And they had different projects with the CJEP, different business around. End up winning a prize. That was weird too. That I could see that. I could see the hand of God in that. I didn't think about that in years, but that must have been, that was God. Yes, thank you. Hallelujah. They end up having this activity that they do every single year. All of the entrepreneurship clubs of different school all over Quebec from like different college. We all gather in one hotel and there's different trainings. There's different, who texted me? There's different trainings, moments. It's like, it's a big deal. I didn't know about it because clearly people of this color don't sign up for these kind of entrepreneur things. I barely saw a lot of discolored people. It wasn't many of us, a few. I end up going to this, and let me tell you how the trip starts. I know I'm gonna be gone for a weekend, so we leave like Friday. We drove all the way to a different city called Drummondville. I'm going with other people of not my color, are also part of this club. It's a good time. They're cool people, you know. So I'm like not knowing what I'm gonna jump in. I just know I won the trip, so I'm like down to go. Cause why not? We start the drive. I didn't have a car at the time, so they're like, "Yo, we got you. We'll give you a ride." We get in the car. We start driving. Before we get to our destination, we make a stop. You guessed it. Where was the stop? Liquor store. Y'all, I had heard stories about how people go to the liquor store and they have time with their credit cards, they have a time with parents' finances. I did not know how much. I think they packed the car with liquor. And I was like, what kind of club is this? I didn't know what was going on. I'm thinking I'm so naive. Like looking back at it, I'm so naive. Anyways, we're in the car. We make a pit stop to, I believe it was either a grocery store or a liquor store. I'm not sure. I think we might have done both. We stopped, but I know we did the grocery store because that's when I got a car with them and I watched them take just beer, drinks. I don't know the names of the drinks, y'all. I don't drink. Imagine them just going in and saying, "Yeah, we need this, we need this, we need a chaser, we need 7 Up, cranberry juice." I didn't know they were like mixing stuff. I didn't know. I'm finding out stuff as it's happening. And like, wow, you guys are going in. I'm not trying to be uncool either. Whole time we're driving, all you hear is king 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 king. The bottle's making a joyful noise. I'm good. We get there, y'all. Night one. I'll never forget my first night in that city. We get there. I realized what I signed up. This is what we call de la débauche. We get in the hotel. There are 2 levels to this hotel. I kid you not. The whole hotel is packed. We have like the entrance ceremony, all of that proper chit chat. You know that they do whenever you come to an event. Hi, welcome. You guys a learning experience. I'm still like amazed that I'm here. I'm gonna learn so much. The night comes. They're like, we're gonna have a little party downstairs. I said, there's a DJ downstairs. You guys go ahead and have some fun. When I tell you, when it started, I knew my room. We had alcohol, you know, and the room it was packed. Rich, like just alcohol. I didn't know everybody did the same thing. So when the party starts, it's like, okay, cool, it's starting. And when I say party, I mean jumping up and down. We don't have to talk about it. I know it was an interesting time. I didn't realize the entire hotel, every room of this hotel, it's only us, only the people from the conference. It's only us, and all there is, every single level of this hotel is alcohol. I know what I'm saying because I looked for water. I did not find water, and I didn't want to drink straight from the sink. I'm like, yo, we had a conference. There was no water, but like, what is happening? I ended up drinking Sprite all night. When I saw people getting drunk, someone got so drunk that person started speaking in their native language. I said, I didn't even know that was possible. He went back to original factory set. I think I realized that I was gone for an entire weekend. And I had, like, I wish I could make this a joke. Every drink was variety. Whatever you need. That's when I realized I didn't have that desire. I'm there with these people. Also, like, I think you shouldn't drink with everyone. And I don't know if everyone partakes in that mentality. There would have been no consequence. You know how sometimes you don't do it because you don't want to deal with consequence? You don't want your parents to find out. You don't want this or that. My parents would have never found out. None of, like, would have been able to get drunk. And when I didn't take the opportunity, whatever that chance or that moment, that's when I realized I really had a disinterest. I have taken shooters before. Like, I'm not saying this like I'm a virgin and drinking. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying I don't have an interest. And for a while, when I was having a conversation with her, I explained to her all that story which I just told you guys about. And I just told her, like, very early on, I just realized after college and after that experience, I was like, I don't think I'm that person who wants to get drunk. Feel like that's an connection kind of thing to do with other people. Like, I think for a while I felt like it was abnormal to feel like that, but it's like it was just not one of the interests that I have. When I claimed that it wasn't an interest, it was sometimes I'd be called lame or like a bit boring. And she was very surprised that some people would say that to me. I was like, yeah, there are people who will say, "Yo, you're kind of ruining the vibe, or you're not rolling with us." I told her like just had to learn to embrace that. I won't call it unique because I don't think I'm the only person in the earth who does not like or want to do these things, but I realized, yo, that's just not my thing. I've watched people do it. I've smelled it. And also alcohol doesn't taste good. Fight me if you want. Some of these drinks, they taste like sweet or, you know, there's a little sweet aspect to it, but that kickback feeling is not great. So we don't want to have juice. Like, at this point, if we're gonna endanger our bodies, we might as well just get something that tastes good. That's me. Maybe I haven't tried all the drinks, and I know for a fact there are people who are gonna come at me and be like, "Have you tried this one?" I'm not that, you know, literate in drinks, and so I don't know. I think this story time or just experience, my reasons for not wanting to drink have nothing to do with my faith, and there is an aspect in it that is faith based, but it has not. For me personally, I think that decision did not come even from faith. It was just I don't have an interest. I don't feel that desire to want to jump in that bandwagon. I First of all, alcohol is expensive. Okay, nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about how these drinks that y'all be paying for every weekend is expensive, and also I feel like it's a waste of time. Let me explain myself before you go crazy. I feel like it's a waste of time because already to go to the club event, whatever that situation is, we need to do the pre warmed up, okay? And most of the time that don't start when the sun is out. That starts when the sun is down. These pre shoots, pre drinks, pre warming up, pre getting our body hot inside from the spicy drinks that we're drinking late at night. My sleep is ruined. Okay, if we started around 10, party starts at midnight. That day, whatever other day I'm gonna have next, it's counterproductive. Yo, that's almost 2 days gone. What we drinking about? Are we celebrating something? Am I rich? Did my bank account jump numbers? And you know what? This is my thinking. Whenever you get your platform, you say what you want on your platform. Okay, everybody relax. Back up. That was one of the reasons why I was like, I don't think these activities are gonna be for me. Also, my third reason was I I don't like jumping into things that cost money and that can be addictive. So let's say like I really love an ice cream. I might like it and buy it all the time, but I won't become addicted to it. I'm just saying, like it won't cause me harm. I end up at a center somewhere. So for me, that was a no-no. I said that these are already, it's already three strikes, and I think in baseball we call that we're out. And so for anyone who's in their 20s and that is not something that you want to partake in, I would tell you honestly, just dive into whatever else you want to dive into. And I also think like I have an addictive personality. I think I don't want to claim that on me, but I think sometimes I might have one. Like let's say I really love a snack, I might have it for the rest of the month. Is that addictive? Yeah, that's like what I wanted to share. This was like a long one. I didn't think I was gonna talk so much. Okay. I think I'm done. I hope you have a good end of the day. Please, please, please subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next video. Deuces.
I'ma kick back when you fake like that.